Just how much Oculus Quest storage do you actually need? I'm Josh Smith with Gotta Be Mobile, and I'm going to walk you through how you can decide if you should buy the 64GB or the 128GB version. The Oculus Quest comes in a 64GB version for $399 and a 128GB version for $499. That's a $100 difference to double your storage, but do you actually need it? The first question a lot of people ask is if there's any difference between the 64 and the 128GB version. And other than storage, no, you still get the same sensors, the same 6 degrees of freedom, and the same controllers. So the only thing that changes is the amount of storage you have. Now, next up, you have to look at how big the games are. Originally, a lot of people were looking at how big the games were on Rift, but games that are several gigabyte on the Rift are now about 500 megabytes on the Oculus Quest. So it's not a one-to-one. So I'm looking here and I have 45 gigabytes of storage free on the 64 gig model. Now granted, I don't have a ton of games installed, but even if I went and installed everything that's on my wish list, I'm still gonna have a lot of room. And I assume that, just like with my Xbox and my PlayStation, eventually I'll want to remove a game to make room for another game. Now, you can't plug a micro SD card in, so you can't add storage later. That's something you really need to make sure you pay attention to. So you're going to have to decide up front what you need. Now, most gamers, if you're a casual gamer or someone who doesn't mind managing storage, can go ahead and buy the 64 gig Oculus Quest. Don't go buy the 128 gig version just because it's easier to find in stock. I have a link down in the description below that'll help you find the 64 gig version in stock and get it pretty quickly. As I look at a lot of the game sizes, most of the games that I have installed right now are 1 gigabyte and lower, and a couple that I want to get are in that 2 to 3 gigabyte range. Now, the Climb, which is supposed to be coming to the Quest, is a very hefty game. It downloads at about 12 gigabyte on some of the other systems, so that could be a higher version. And ultimately, if you're not okay with deleting some games and re-downloading them as you want to play them, you may want to go with the 128 gig version. And especially if you are a very hardcore gamer that's going to want to download all of these and have them with them at all times, go ahead and go with that. But for me, I chose the 64 gig Oculus Quest, and here's why. It had enough storage for most of the games I'm going to want right now. I don't mind doing a little bit of storage management, and this is a first generation VR headset for me, so I want to be able to feel like I'm okay to upgrade in a year or two when something bigger and better comes out. And I'd also rather have that extra $100 to spend on games than on storage for games. I have a full written comparison of the storage sizes at Gotta Be Mobile. There's a link down in the description that'll take you to that, and it'll also help you figure out where you can find one in stock. If you found this video useful, please give it a thumbs up. That really helps us out. If you haven't already, subscribe and hit that notification bell to get alerted every time we post a new video. Thanks for watching and have a great day.